I gladly welcome my increasing viewers and new subscribers. Thanks to THIRUMOOLAR. This is the 127th video of my YouTube channel, Writer Sandhanam Speaks. And this is the 4th episode in my serial talk on THIRUMOOLAR. While I see many enthusiastic, encouraging comments which praise my videos with alacrity, there are a few critical voices which censure me with respect. I thank both of them, which only results in spread of THIRUMOOLAR's wisdom. I thank the sage too for providing me understanding to decode his mystical words, making me speak to the global audience through the link language English. A word about the language and wisdom as a reply to some of the critical comments in the comments column of my videos. I mentioned in my earlier episode that wisdom knows no boundaries and it is independent of time and place. I must also add wisdom is beyond language too, which indeed speaks through all the available languages, so that message reaches all corners of the world. But whenever it speaks, it does through chosen sages like THIRUMOOLAR, Upanishadic Rishis, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Guru Nanak, Kabir, Jalaluddin Rumi, Chinese Tao, and so on. Sometimes wisdom speaks through the great silence too, as in the case of Dakshinamurti, the god facing south, who is the foremost guru. I cannot choose my mother and much less my mother tongue. It is accidental. THIRUMOOLAR, with his rich Upanishadic and Sanskrit scholarship, on his journey to Tamil Nadu from Kailash Himalayas, was ordered by Lord Shiva, as revealed by the poet himself, to compose poems in praise of Shiva in the beautiful Tamil language. It is strange, before meeting Agastya the sage, the father of the Tamil language, and learning Tamil from him, he started bringing out a poem in Tamil per year, totaling 3,000 out of meditation. How? Perhaps it is the grace of Shiva, who spoke Tamil through him. There is no other alternative explanation to it. With this introduction, let us take up episode 4. Before reciting and translating it, a few words on temples which abound in Tamil Nadu from ancient times. There is a Tamil saying, do not reside in a place where there is no temple. கோயில் இல்லாத ஊரில் குடியிருக்க வேண்டாம். This is only to instill the feeling in the people that there is an overruling power greater than the scepter of the mighty king, disobeying which will bring curse upon them. Besides people, kings too constructed mighty temples, bowed before the deity, issued orders in the name of the deity. Sages like THIRUMOOLAR, Vyasar, Vasishta were too respected by the kings, and their words were given all the sanctity as divine expression. These temples were considered a symbol of divine message. On one such message only poet THIRUMOOLAR speaks of in this poem. It is this: பதி பசு பாசம் எனப் பகர் மூன்றில் பதியினை போன்று பசுபாசம் அனாதி. பதியினை சென்றணுகா பசுபாசம், பதி அணுகில் பசுபாசம் நிலாவே. Rendered into English. Among the three concepts of God, ego and attachment, ego and attachment, like God, are infinite, but ego with its attachment reach not God. Once God appears, ego and attachment cannot stand. Once God in the temple, there are three straight points. First, the individual as ego stands at the outer entrance of the temple. Next stands as obstruction the long pillar called Stubha Stambha. clothed with brass metal, the symbol of attachment. Finally is the Sanctum Sanctorium with its presiding deity. In Saiva's temple, it is Holy Linga, the form and formless symbol. The poem says that by any amount of effort, ego with its attachment cannot reach God. It is a discretion of God to reveal Himself. Once revealed, ego and attachment are not to be found. This poem, now popular among scholars, though easy to read and memorize, has hidden in its ball a powerful message. The message is, there is only one that exists, bearing various nomenclature: intelligence, Brahman, Almighty, primordial consciousness, self, God, and so on. Then what about the other two concepts, ego and attachment? They are only illusory appearances, as the stone dog, as mentioned in my second episode. Then what about the poor individual like you and me? You are Brahman, proclaims all sages in chorus. What prevents me in realizing this truth? Your ignorance, reply the sages, including the text called Kaivalya Navanitam, whose poem runs like this: ignorance is nothing but forgetting you are Brahman. Yet another poem from another divine book, Ribu Gita, says, nothing is apart from me. The same THIRUMOOLAR in more than one poem confirms gold is the reality and ornaments is only the unreal appearance on the gold. Then what is the key to open this door? Asks the separated soul, undergoing the illusory suffering, illusory pain, getting caught in the cycle of birth and death. Buddha and THIRUMOOLAR, among others, proclaim, get rid of attachment and desire and you will be enlightened and liberated. Truth shall make you free, says Jesus. God is the only truth and there is no other truth, supports another famous Tamil sage Manikya Vasakar in his holy book Thiruvasakam, translated into English by the Christian missionary G.U. Pope. In this poem, the sentence, ego attachment like God is infinite, needs some explanation. There is no question of ego attachment as a separate entity. They are only illusory appearances on the reality called God, like the stoned dog, gold ornaments, and the mirage in a desert. Those wise sages say that all these things come under one concept, Maya, which is inherent in Brahman. So the poet says, ego attachment is as infinite as God, as both exist together as reality and appearance. See, Ramana Maharishi jokingly says, even unreality is reality. But this unreality through ignorance binds man, and realization is the only key to untie this bondage. To cite another example, my example, by lighting a dark room with a lamp, the darkness disappears. Where does it disappear? It has no place to hide. Darkness has no place to hide. So, according to THIRUMOOLAR, when the light of God appears, the illusory darkness of ignorance disappears nowhere and man is liberated. That is freedom. That is moksha. That is the ultimate goal of human being. Before concluding, let me say a few words on my episodes. I have so far translated THIRUMOOLAR's 10 poems and I am waiting for the viewers to listen. But I am afraid by my frequent videos whether my viewers are suffering from spiritual indigestion. I need your views. If you are not suffering from indigestion, please inform me so that frequency of my videos will increase. With this, I thank you all. Wait for the episode number 5. Thank you.